Hi Capricorn, welcome to your Moonbeams Messages reading. This is for January 2025. Now, as this is a collective reading, not everything will resonate, so please only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you don't find any messages in this for yourself, then please check your other placements where you're likely to find a message in there. You will find all of the other placements within the playlists, so feel free to check those out whenever you're ready. Oh, Spirit's already chucking cards at me for you. So can we get 2 more cards, please, Spirit, for what's going on for Capricorn in January? Thank you very much. So, your overall energy, we have the 5 of Winter. So, walk away from dishonest associations, realising that what you thought you wanted isn't the best choice for your happiness, something that's not worth the effort. So, very much walking away from any sort of betrayal. There could be people that may have stabbed you in the back, negative energies. You're very much walking away from them. You know what is worthy of you, you know what you deserve. You very much put in anything that doesn't serve your higher purpose behind you in the month of January. So at the beginning of the month then we have renewal. So very much that Judgment card. So review the past and the present so you can plan a bright new future. Understanding your life's purpose, releasing judgments of yourself and others. So you may have a bit of a decision to make at the beginning of the month, and it is going to be a decision that is basically best for your higher purpose. And now I'm assuming that that's something to do with people that you may be walking away from. Underneath that, I've also got the Justice, so very much making a decision that you find is fair as well. So yeah, very much suggesting that you are going to be making a big decision at the beginning of the month. It's going to be something that is going to affect you and help you move through to a new chapter of your life. Now that decision is something that's going to be, it's like a final decision on something. So you've done a lot of evaluating, probably going backwards and forwards on something, and now you're making that final decision. So it could just be that you're going to cut something out. I mean, it is January, for instance, that we're going into, so it could be something to do with a New Year's resolution. You know, maybe you're cutting out some negative behaviour that you've had. You're going to get rid of any judgment that you've had on yourself and decide that you're going to do better for yourself. Cutting back on addictions, stopping drinking, smoking, drugs, whatever it is. Going to the gym, putting in a lot of effort into yourself and looking after yourself. Now, it could also be that you are considering, changing jobs, and this could be you making a final decision on a particular job. It can also be that you are looking at another person, so you could be considering reconciliation, and it could very much be you making that final decision as to whether or not you want to reconcile, whether you want closure to move on. Now, reconciliation doesn't necessarily mean getting back into a relationship with them, not an intimate one anyway. It can be you just being friends and moving on that way. Now we have the King of Swords to clarify, so that's Aries, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So the King of Swords is very much telling himself the truth, finding the truths out. So here we've got decisions being made based on the truths, and this is very much you finding out information, making the best judgments based on the information that you have, making sure that you've got the best information available, being very articulate with your communication as well. Now, that could be somebody in your energy that is being very articulate with their communicating to you, and they could be very much trying to come towards you with some truths that they are going to be telling. Now, we do have a Queen of Wands, so this is fire energy, so Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Now, this particular Queen of Wands is in the reverse, so she's feeling she's not very confident. She's lacking her self-confidence there. She's not very driven. Now, she is still wanting a lot, and she can be very spiteful. She can be very vindictive. She can be a bit nasty as well. And she's very much somebody that expects everything to be given to her and doesn't give back. She's very, very much a big taker, the Queen of Wands, when she's in the reverse. Not a nice queen. So that could either be your energy or somebody else's energy. It is suggesting that if these are both you, that you could be at war within yourself as well, and that could be why you're making a big decision about something, because you want the honesty, you want the trust, you want the faithfulness, but then you don't at the same time. You might not be acting in that way. I don't think they are both you. I think one's you and one could be somebody else. Which one is which, I don't know. But we do have the Temperance as well, which is it's come out to the side, so suggesting that you're not necessarily going to be in balance with yourself. So that's where I'm picking up that it could be both be you, trying to balance yourself out in order to make this decision. I've got a feeling though that you're potentially the King of Swords, and you're trying to make this decision fairly, and you might have somebody that doesn't like the decision that you're making. It's making you lose a bit of hope. You're trying to be hopeful and be as fair as possible. You're trying to maintain balance within yourself, but this Queen of Wands could be putting you off a bit. Now, in your challenge position, we have the Queen of Autumn. So be practical with respect to how you proceed, the ability to make anything more beautiful, meeting someone who can help your dreams come true. So the Queen of Autumn is very much a big giver. She's very generous, she's very stylish, she is very much somebody who likes to spend her money on beautiful things. She's very abundant, she's very stable. Now that is Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus energy. So this could be your energy, but I think what the challenge could be is maintaining your stability. It could even be maybe you might be doing a bit of overspending as well, because she does like to spend on the luxury items. Let's put it that way. Family can also be something there with the Queen of Autumn, because she's very much a family person as well. So maybe there's an issue there with family. Yeah, let's get some clarification on this Queen of Autumn. Get one more for clarity, please, Spirit. Thank you. Oh, you give me two? Right. Ooh, okay. So, the first one out, we have a Two of Cups, Two of Chalices. Now, that Two of Chalices has come out in the reverse. So, it's suggesting that you're out of harmony with someone. Now, that could be that you're out of harmony with this Queen of Autumn. So, that could be very much why there's a bit of while they're a challenge. It could be that you've fallen out with them. Now, the Queen doesn't have to be female, it can be male. It is just a personality trait, it is the energies, so you feel free to swap it. It is whatever gender it needs to be. Genders are fluid within tarot, so it can very well be a masculine queen here. So very much suggesting that you have potentially fallen out with this Queen of Autumn, or a falling out is going to take place. Not being on the same page, potentially being a discord, in disharmony. We do also have the Chariot, so there is success here. There is forward movement as well. And then we have a Two of Pentacles in the reverse, so being overloaded is an issue, not being very successful at juggling things. And then we have a Nine of Swords, so sleepless nights, anxiety, depression, sorrow, grief. So to me, so the Chariot can also represent movement or moving. I think what this challenge is, from what it looks like you've had a falling out with someone. You potentially may have felt like you've won an argument, but it's put you off balance. And it's actually causing you a lot of grief and a lot of sorrow. It could even be that the other person feels like they've won an argument. It could have something to do with you falling out with somebody over a move. But whatever it is, it's very much thrown you off. Somebody may have been acting really childish. The Two of Pentacles can be childish energy. But yeah, somebody's having a lot of grief and a lot of sorrow about this. Sleepless nights, potentially a bit of depression about it. So I've got a feeling that you've fallen out with the Queen of Autumn. And where you may have thought that it was a really good thing at the time, it has caused you some anxiety and some depression. And you probably haven't even realised it. Now, if you do manage to get through this challenge, I'm going to pull you some advice in a minute as well, because that's not a nice challenge. We do have a Seven of Autumn as the outcome. So have patience and don't worry. Take time and rest to plan your next steps. A prudent investment of time and money. So this is suggesting that you just need to wait and things will come to fruition. And that you will have things that, you know, you'll have abundance, but it's just going to take some time to come through. Whatever seeds you've already planted are coming through. Let's get clarity on that. Okay, so we've got a Page of Swords. So you're watching and waiting, very much having that patience and planning steps forward. That is very much what the Page of Swords does. We have the Death card, so there's definitely some sort of transition happening here. I'm just pointing out as well, you've got the big butterfly there on the Death, and then this little beautiful fairy has butterfly wings. So definitely a big transformation happening as well here, going into something new. And we have a Seven of Swords. Now, just pointing out, you've got a few sevens out here. Sorry, the Seven and Seven of Autumn, and we've got a few twos. So you may be seeing signs and synchronicities out there as well, generally meaning that you're on the right path. If usually though, sometimes your angels and spirit guides have got a message for you, so it's worth looking them up if you are, just to see what they're trying to tell you to keep you on that right track. The Seven of Swords is being very open about something. So if you were planning something in the quiet, if you have done anything sneaky, or if anybody else has, it's all going to be coming out into the open. So any kind of sneaky behaviour or any secret planning, any deception, it's all coming out at the end after the challenge. Right, let me get you some advice cards. Spirit, what's the best way that Capricorn can deal with this challenge? Give us some advice on this challenge, please, Spirit. What can Capricorn do to get the best outcome for this challenge? Okay, so I've got an Ace of Swords in the reverse, which is suggesting that you don't communicate at the moment. The Ace of Swords, when it's in the upright, it's suggesting being truthful, honest, coming forward, cutting people out as well. In the reverse, it's suggesting that you don't necessarily cut them out. Now, it can suggest lying, but, you know, people that are in the higher selves don't lie, so it's not going to be telling you to lie. So to me, it's just suggesting don't cut people off. Okay, it's also suggesting don't say anything at the moment. Don't start any sort of communication just yet. Just sit back. We have an Eight of Wands. It's also confirming don't communicate just yet. The Eight of Wands in the reverse is very much a pause in communication. If communication is given, it can very well be misinterpreted, and it could cause even more problems. So hold back on communication. we do have a Six of Cups. So this is telling me that you need to potentially look to your past, look at things that have happened in the past, learn from them. The Six of Cups is also a return of things from the past. So it could be that you just need to wait for them to communicate with you. It can also be very childlike energy. So potentially maintaining any innocence that you've got, being not necessarily childlike, but keeping the fun, keeping that innocent energy going. And then we have a six of, oh sorry, not a six, we have the sun. Now the sun's telling me that you are going to have happiness eventually. Things will turn around. It just might take some time. It is going to be better at some point. It's not the end yet, okay? So just remember the happy times that you've had with this particular person. Think about all the good. Don't dwell on the bad, and very much understand that it's going to get better. It's just not there at the moment, and it's not the right time to communicate, okay? Right, let's get you a spirit of the animal oracle. Okay, so you've got Black Jaguar, Old Soul. So walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. So again, making a decision on what it is that you really want at this point in time. Don't fall for any baiting. Try not to say anything when this challenge arises, and then at the end, just wait for things to come through. Having that patience, like I say, any sneaky, deceptive behaviour that's happened, it's all going to come out, and it's going to all transform, and you will have that eventual happiness. And you will have some sort of outcome with this Queen of Autumn. It just doesn't look as though it's going to happen in January. You're not necessarily going to have that communication that you want and the outcome that you... I say you're not going to have the outcome. You are going to have an outcome, but it's not the time for you to say something. It looks as though it's very much something you need to wait for them to come to you. Right, I hope you enjoyed your reading today, Capricorn. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It will help pass the message on to anyone else that needs to hear it. And if you do want to hear more from me, don't forget to press subscribe if you haven't already. And if you press that notification bell, it will pass the message. It will let you know when I do post new content. Thank you very much for joining me, and good luck.